My name is Eylon, and I've been working on dHack for the past, I think it was 3 months. We did a pilot in East India 3 weeks ago, and we're going to do something fairly big here in East Berlin. So yeah, let's go. So what we're going to cover is, first of all, what is dHack, and why DAOs and why are they better. dHack is a DAO use case. And then in dHack, why would you even do this? Why would you even decentralize a hackathon? How to participate, and a quick demo. So I'll start with a little bit about me. I used to live in China, and I used to use Bitcoin to buy weed. So yeah, I'm that guy. And in 2016, Steam started accepting Bitcoin. I was kind of like, what's going on? Like, why is Steam accepting my drug money? And I started a WeChat group to talk about Bitcoin, and that group basically grew in 2017 to be one of the largest crypto communities in China. And as a joke, one of the guys at the group created an Eylon coin, and we told him, you can't just create an Eylon coin, man, it has to have utility. So he also created an email service that you can use to pay, you can use that email service with Eylon coin. As you can see here, by the way, look at all the zeros of the token. So technically, if anyone would have traded that token, we would have been the richest people in the world, on paper. Anyway, why am I telling you this? Maybe because I have a drug problem? No, I'm joking. I'm telling you this because I'm a practical person. So I used Bitcoin because I needed it for something. Yeah. So why DAOs? If Bitcoin came to decentralize the concentration of power in the creation of money, what do DAOs do? What are DAOs for? And so, anyone know who this guy is? Yeah, raise your hand if you know. Yeah, okay, so some of the people here. This is Dalio. He is the former CEO of Bridgewater Associates. Bridgewater Associates is the best performing hedge fund in history. They're also the largest hedge fund managing $150 billion in 2017. They made money 23 out of 26 years, and they are the only institution to recognize the 2008 financial crisis. And why am I talking about them? Because they're basically a DAO. What they do is that they have a dot collector where decisions being made in the company are pretty much flat, and anyone can express their opinion about anyone else, and I'll give an example. All of this, by the way, is from Ray Dalio's TED Talk, which is a must if you want to understand like this, if you want to understand DAOs in my opinion. So yeah, what makes it special? They call it radical transparency and the creation of idea meritocracy. So he opens the lecture with saying, this is Jen, she's straight out of college, and on the meeting about whatever they were talking about, she gave him a 3 out of 10. She came and told the CEO that you got a 3 out of 10 in knowing about this topic. And so Jen rated Ray, and then everybody else rates everyone else, and it kind of collects these into a sort of algorithm that collects everyone's merit and understands what they are good in and what they are not good in. And so with the example of making a decision, these are all screenshots from the TED Talk. So the question is, do you think the expectation of the Fed's tapering is behind the bear market in bonds? Does anyone even know what this means? I don't know. But yeah, so if they weighted everyone's decision making, then the answer would be yes. That's what everybody thinks. But when they weigh what they call the believability of, taking the people who everybody rated them as understanding more about this topic, then it completely changes. And so you reach a point where it's not democracy, it's meritocracy, where you divide different groups of people that have a specific knowledge, and then they get more voting power in that sense. And this is kind of where I see DAOs going. Yeah, so let's bring Bridgewater to everything. Like, we actually have a use case. This actually works. Like, why not? We can put it on the blockchain. We can make it decentralized. We can make it immutable. And we can create an unstoppable human organization. And then what's the next thing we can do? We can take over the government. This can replace the government, guys. Like, think about it. It can. But hold on. Let's you know, in Arabic they say shwaya shwaya. Let's take it easy. So yeah, how about we do an MVP? How about we start small, and you know, if we're in the Ethereum community, how about we decentralize one of the largest Ethereum hackathons? And so, welcome to dHack.io. I came to DAOstack with the idea for dHack.io. They already had it, they already thought about this, but I kind of ignited the fire again. And the goal with this is to create a DAO MVP and to show people in the Ethereum community that decision making can be done better. And yeah, DAOstack gave me some lunch money. So why? Why would you even do that? Yeah, so today, let's take ETH Berlin, for example. Sorry, wait, who's hacking at ETH Berlin? Anyone? Oh, yeah, nice, a lot of people. So you guys better pay attention. There's a lot of money involved. So today, the main prizes are being judged by about 20 judges, and I feel like that's more EOS than Ethereum. That's a bit centralized, in my opinion. And as we talked before, this could be potentially a better curation model to understand which are the teams that should get funded. Our focus is a continuity fund. So in most cases right now, I'm a team, I finished the hackathon. We built something and we got a prize, but we never continue, and we never continue building on what we've done in the hackathon. And then many of these nice applications reach a dead end, basically. And with every kind of, with every blockchain, with every distributed ecosystem, you have the initial distribution, which is problematic. You know, if you were early in Bitcoin, then you are way richer than anyone else. Same with if you were early in Ethereum. So what we're trying to do here is to change the initial distribution, and the initial distribution is basically everyone who came to Berlin Blockchain Week. How are we going to do that? We're going to use DAOstack Alchemy, and we're going to try to create a collective consciousness of everyone who came to Berlin Blockchain Week. We will do that with DAppCon and ETH Berlin. They're going to give out Ether cards, and there's a very quick and nice guide on how to extract your reputation or voting power in the DAO from the Ether card. And the nicest thing, I guess, for all you hackers here, there's $15,000 in this DAO, and the only way for the funds to come out is basically if you put a proposal, if you request funds for whatever you built in the hackathon, and the participants of the Berlin Blockchain Week are going to approve you. As I said, we ran a pilot in India about 3 weeks ago. We had $5,000 in prizes. We had 4 winning teams. And you can see some of these here. I think the creator of TipDai is over here somewhere. I don't know, maybe Bo? I don't know. He's around here somewhere. And so I'll quickly go over, I don't know how many people here actually went to DAOstack Alchemy, to the application, how many people have seen it. But what you can do, you have basically 3 main activities. And the first one is to vote. If someone puts a proposal, you can vote whether it will pass or not pass. The second one is to actually propose a proposal or submit a proposal for other people to vote or stake on. And the last thing, which is what I'll try to touch the most, is how do proposals actually get passed? And this is to do with the staking mechanism. This is kind of like the UI of Alchemy, which I marked with colors. You have on the bottom, you have regular proposals. In the middle, you have pending proposals, and in the top, you have boosted. And now the question is, or I'll touch on it now, like how do proposals get accepted? And now, if you have a DAO, and I think Will touched on this a little bit, you have 1,000 people or you have 5,000 people. How do you understand which proposals are interesting? Let's say you have 500 proposals. You cannot go over everything. And so on top of the voting layer on the proposals, there's another layer of staking. And this is essentially put your money where your mouth is. I think this proposal will pass, and I'm willing to basically stake on this. And if this proposal actually passes, I will receive some funding because I risked my funds. And so beyond just, so what happens when you stake on a proposal, if a proposal has there's a lot of parameters in this, and every DAO has different parameters. But when a proposal is being staked on, it will move to the pending proposals section. And then participants could either stake down or stake up. And after a certain period of time, the proposal will move to the boosted proposal section. And then two things happen. In the boosted proposal section, it enters for a period of time. At the end of that period of time, the proposal either passes or fails according to voting by relative majority. So if any, at the rest of the DAO, you would need absolute majority for a proposal to pass. In the boosted section, you need relative majority. And what happens is that this is more visible in the UI for all the voters. So voters know, okay, these are the proposals that are interesting to the DAO, and this is, over here I will vote. This is my proposal to Genesis DAO, which is one of the DAOs that's being funded by DAOstack for the community. And I requested $4,000 for the ETH Berlin DAO. It did pass. As you can see, there was 723 Gen staked. By the way, Gen is the native DAOstack token. Yeah. A bit about the timeline. So at DAppCon tomorrow, people are going to start receiving Ether cards. And as I said, there's a quick guide on how to get your reputation or voting power from the Ether card. On the 23rd, ETH Berlin hacking starts. And on the 25th, the DAO opens for proposing and voting. So what we're actually trying to do there is to allow the ETH Berlin participants, after they finish the hackathon, after everything is done, to put a proposal and say, hey, this is what we built. We want to continue building. This is the roadmap that we want to put. This is the features that we want to develop. So please fund us. And they're talking to the rest of the community about doing that, and hopefully to get funded. And hopefully a month later, this is kind of something that we're doing right now. We want to continue funding the DAO. As I said, this is a continuity fund. So we want teams that have finished ETH Berlin, have built like the first set of features, get a second round, and a month later say, okay, this is what we built. We want to get even more funding. Yeah. Oh, wait. So I'll do a quick demo. But I need, okay, I might just, oh yeah, there you go, here's Alex. First of all, I need you guys, because this is, DAOstack is firstly fairly complicated, and I think you guys got it more than any other people. But if you know of hackers that are participating in ETH Berlin, if you know these type of stuff, then send them over. We'll have a booth at DAppCon, and we'll have a booth at ETH Berlin. So please spread the word. We have the dHack Twitter and Telegram, which hopefully you guys could join it and ask questions, grill, understand how it works. And yeah, one sec, Alex is gonna, yeah. So the interesting thing, by the way, is that I try to optimize it to everything to be available on mobile. So if you're using the MetaMask mobile app, you can actually access DAOstack Alchemy. You can actually vote. Yeah? Yeah, can you enter MetaMask? So yeah, everything, you can do almost everything on your mobile phone. You don't have Alchemy saved, man. What? No, in this URL, no. Yeah. Alchemy.DAOstack. Oh shit, I might not. Aviv.DAOstack.io. And over here, you'll be able to see all the existing DAOs. We're using Alex's phone because I have an Android and it's virtually incompatible. Like there's nothing I could do to screencast my Android. I tried so many things. Here we go. So we can enter Genesis Alpha. As I said, this is the DAO that DAOstack funds. Yes, over here you'll see the contribution reward, which is where participants would ask to receive contribution for something that they've done or there's something they are planning to do. For example, there's a proposal here for a DAO learning journey. Let's see if we can stake something. You have Gen, right? Oh yeah. So I'm going to log in. It's going to connect to my MetaMask wallet. Here we go. Oh, so we have, let's see. Can I stake on this one? Which one should I stake on? Documentation? All right. So this is a proposal. As you can see right here, we can enter it all through the phone. Yes, that's a very bad proposal. Oh, wait, it says here. This is what they want. You can enter the attachment, which will send you usually to like a more in-depth description of the proposal, what they want to do, and then. Oh no, how do I go back? Oh, there we go. So you can. Over here at the top, you can see the thumbs up or thumb down. You can vote or for or against. And you can predict whether this will pass. So I'm going to predict with 300 Gen. I might need to pay you back. Now it opens up. All right, I'm just going to do this. I paid high fees for that. I don't know if you guys saw. I'm joking, Alex. So now you'll see, and in a few minutes when the transaction will pass, you will see, we can go to the main screen of the DAO and you will see that the transaction went from the regular queue to the pending queue. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and so that's, yeah. So that's kind of like how it works. And the proposal that I just staked, where is it? It requested 12.5 ETH for a manual for DAO BizDev from the DAO. So if the members of the DAO want to approve it, Alex to stake on it, then it might pass. Yeah, and so the thing here to understand is that if you're participating in the hackathon, staking is very, very important because staking is what will get your proposal to pass the fastest. Yeah, any questions about this? Yeah.
What happens when the DAO runs out of ether? Can you like re-endow the DAO?
Oh, so the DAO is basically it's a contract. Anyone can send funds to it, and that's kind of what we're trying to do. Like DAOstack and Genesis and ETH Berlin are initially going to fund the seed of the DAO, and one of the things we're going to try to do over the next 30 days is get more Ethereum stakeholders to send funds to the DAO. So this could actually become a continuity fund. Yeah. Any more questions? Yeah? That's it. All right. Thank you, guys.